And welcome back to F1 Manager and us simulating the Mclaren's rise to the front. For now, it's a simulation. Next season will be if I get it in before the start of the actual 2024 season, this will be a very much, how do we put it? A testing situation, right? What that will do is we will just be doing stuff. Anyway, let's get into the race, because that's what's more important. That's what we care about. That's what you're here for. You want to see us make more progress. Now, first things first, let's take a look at all the unread stuff that we have. Financial report is fine. I mean, race results were fine. Monaco Grand Prix. F2, Porsche was on the podium. Deruvla won. Zane Maloney in P3. Then you had pretty decent here. Let's take a look at the championships, especially drivers. Jean Deruvla and Ralph Bouchon are the ones fighting right now. Theo Porsche is pretty close. He is 21 points behind, trailing in P3. These are the three protagonists, kind of. Three different teams. Pretty insane, honestly. F3 is looking a little bit more dominating for Prema. All things considered. There, Dino Beganovic is leading. Not very closely followed by Georg Sossi. It's pretty cool. Franco Colapinto is pretty close as well, though he'd had a pretty bad Monaco Grand Prix. And that's about it, really. Now, for us, the Drivers' Championship, we are leading by 11 points over Alpine. We want to try, for ourselves, we want to try and keep P5. Now, it's possible, very much possible, that we will drop down to P6. That's okay. Main thing is we want to get at least P7. That's the thing. Main thing, we want to make sure that happens. And research. Board, rules and regulations. We have already done enough research to get some airflow middle to overpower the downside change that we're gonna have in 2024. Engine cooling is the next thing we need to do. Just overall, front wing probably needs some improvement as well. We just need to work on basically everything. Front wing, side pods are the main ones that we want to focus on. The rest is all coming in. Front wing is the next one research we have that's coming. That's going to be getting us 3.6 in terms of cooling. It's pretty good. Anyway, car analysis showing that's around the fourth best car. I mean, that's pretty telling. Anywho, let's get into it. Let's just go forward. Pit crew is exhausted. We should probably change then our pit crew. To go to car parts. We now have 6. The only thing that we have left is the suspension, which is being manufactured as we speak, so that's fine. Now let's go to staff, pit crew, development. Next thing we need to do is fatigue reduction. Believe the wheel gun is gonna get us the largest reduction in mistakes. I believe that that's the right approach. Okay, let me just give me 1 second. So both things. Okay. Edit this part out. Okay. Okay. Time to get into what all we need to just check. Drive development. Overtaking is going very, very well for Oscar. He's doing very well. Smoothness is also going up at a rapid rate. I think the development needs to now shift over for Oscar into smoothness and braking. Cornering. Let's put him on long run pace now. Smoothness just increases. Yeah, he's now Lando's accuracy is the thing we want to now focus on. Let's work on his accuracy. Yeah, let's do wet track because that's gonna put his adaptability up and his accuracy. That's gonna get him a massive improvement. Alex Palou is doing okay, not amazing, but good enough. So I took a look at the facilities a little bit. Design center. That's the next thing we want to do because we want to be able to do a bit more research as we get along. Pretty important. Okay, let's take a look at the car. Our high speed is very good, but our medium speed leaves somewhat to be desired. So I'm going to taking a look at where we have something that potentially works in favor of. So everything is an upgrade right now. Every single aspect of the car that we have right now is an upgrade on the previous spec of, which is good to see. The underfloor was not much of an improvement considering that we didn't gain much in terms of medium speed from spec 2 to spec 3, but we did gain substantially in the high speeds. Okay, just a very massive improvement. Pretty important, I think. Okay, let's go into qualifying. We can do this. This one we were not gonna touch because that's just gonna have us some problems. Let's go into the races. And if you've been here before, you will know that I focus predominantly on making everything go quickly for us all. especially this specific season. Let's not forget, go to the old spec on every single part. I have a feeling we need to keep some cost cap left over for the gearbox and the ERS, because they're going away very quickly. As you can see, we're already on 93%. And yes, that is taking into account that we've been spending a lot more time on this one, but it's important. Okay. Let's give them a setup. There we go. Simulate FP1 and FP2. And if we get into the 80s, we will put them on 42, 39. We'll put them into... we will put them into working on everything else. Okay, I think that's a good spot to be on. Let's go. What does this do? Pretty close. But as we know, medium speed for this is not great. 76 and 71. We're gonna have to do this setup ourselves. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, because I would very much like to be able to simulate this one. You know what? Just for the sake of saving time, I'll simulate this. 94 and 91. Oh, beautiful. Okay. We saved this. We saved it by simulating it. Could have been worse, but we did very well here. I just got lucky. It's just some major luck.
Today, so it must be
Time for qualifying, and as you can see, we have absolutely destroyed our gearbox. Now, we can still probably get another 3 runs out of it. By 3 runs, I mean 3 practice sessions. Or 3 race practice sessions. So that's, what is that? That's 9 practice sessions. I think we could probably get 9 practice sessions out of it. Wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it on 2. Let's go into qualifying. Pardon me.
Track should be green.
We're gonna head out right away. Why? Because I fear that we're gonna have rain coming very soon.
Yeah, that's loud and clear.
Rain is expected.
Confirm.
And I think rain is coming.
That's a decent lap. That's a decent lap. If you could keep your pace up on the in lap. Copy.
I'm hoping that these guys don't improve by too much. Okay, now it's raining. We are through. We're through. Beautiful. Piastri needed a second run to actually get something out of this car, which I'm very happy to say that he did. He was still half a second off of his teammate, but that's not bad. I mean, he's using 3% tires more per run, so I mean, car, yeah, nobody went out. Beautiful stuff. Nobody went out. Just there's no point in going. I am now gonna assume that neither one of these guys are gonna make it into Q3. I'm just assuming that right now because I don't feel like the car has the pace to get in. If we do, it's gonna be on a miracle, and honestly,
Sessions should be starting now.
that might just be
Range
the
pass now. Copy. So Oscar, you're
Ooh.
11.
I think
It's a good lap. Okay. look
Oscar
after
is
the
not gonna
fuel
make it
on the way
through.
in. Yeah. Copy.
his confidence is very high, which is good to see. I think Lando has made it. Just barely. If Q3 is dry to any extent, I'm actually just not gonna do a run with Lando because he was a 10th off of the rest and he had a very clean track. I mean, an Alpine was out. Starting 11th for Oscar is very good. Very good. Starting in front of both Haas's. And in front of at least one of the two Williams cars, so I mean, this run would have gotten him into P7 in Q2, honestly. So we can assume that there is some level of performance left to be had here. Okay, we're gonna do 2 runs. We'll still send him out, I think, because we're on intermediates anyway.
Track should be green now.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 runs. It's a very clean run. He got held up in the final sector. Yeah, this is okay. He just had no pace here. He just had no pace. The wets situation is just that there is just nothing to gain from here. So I'm okay with the fact that we're starting 10th and 11th. Starting on the 5th row of the grid. That's not 5th and 6th row of the grid is not a bad place to start. Just be honest here. We only stand to gain.
Well,
Chances are there's going to be a lot of red flags. And that could play into our strategy where we go... You know what? I'm going to put him on mediums, softs. Feel like going mediums, and soft is probably the best strat here. This is what I think. Let's put them both on medium hard. Yeah, let's put them both on... Ooh, they don't... Okay. Lando has an extra set of softs, but he doesn't have an extra set of mediums, so that's gonna mean that he is... I think he's gonna be able to do this he has to do this strategy. Soft, medium, soft. I think that just gets him a considerable thing. Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna run. I'm gonna test something out. I'm gonna put them not on maximum attack.
Here in Barcelona.
I'm only gonna
One
put
of the
them
oldest
on
races on the Formula One calendar.
battle assist, and that's it.
Is the
But we'll see
Spanish
how they
Grand Prix.
do.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
I'm gonna push on
Overtake.
fuel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push on fuel. And we're gonna put aggression on high. Just so that we get some level of performance out of them both. I'm gonna put them now on balance with 1.1 laps down.
So let's take a look at the
Verstappen and Alonso
Keep
are out.
watching Alonso with this one.
Ooh, that's a red flag.
Oh, and there
Now
wasn't
that's
a lot
gonna
that could
mean
be
that if
done
we
to
go
avoid-
to hards with you know what? I'm gonna put Piastri on the hards. Yes, that'll put him a bit of deficit, but he's already down in quite a lot of positions. So might as well. And we'll finish him off on just a set of mediums. I think we'll do the same with Lando. He'll go to hards, so then he'll reach back to this strategy that he has with hards over there. What I think we should do. That's 2 positions gain, that's 14th, so Piastri might draw it to 16th. At the very most. So it'll
All
be
drivers
fine.
have taken their positions again. Once more, they're ready to race.
Piastri has 2
And it's
more
lights
sets
out,
of
and
mediums, so
away
now he
we
can
go.
literally run the mediums as much as he needs. Okay, Norris has made up some positions.
Oscar, is everything okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Something
Oscar
seems
has
wrong.
front wing damage. Now, here we start flexing the fact that we have 2 extra sets of mediums. So that's where it's gonna play into our hands, kind of. That's gonna play into our hands where we're gonna have an extra set of mediums for Oscar to run. Which just puts Oscar in a better position to gain something out of it. He's 18th. Doesn't really have much to gain. Let's work on our strategy here. Yeah, we can just run him on the mediums all the way to the end because he's had his set of tires. Lando will go to his mediums over there. A lap later, a few laps later. a red flag.
Now it looks to be Lewis Hamilton involved in that.
Now, a medium is not going to get him to the end. Although,
Safety car deployed.
pretty
drive to the
sure
delta,
that this
no
is going to
overtaking.
get... Okay, Lando's
Come in.
leading, but let's not forget, Lando still has to do a stop.
We can bring in the tyres. You can bring in the tyres.
Hamilton is off track. Take care for
Stroll
any
is
debris on
out.
this next section.
So is Hamilton. This puts us in a very good spot. That's... Although there is no red flag, these are some front runners. Aston Martin absolutely loses out here.
Everyone alright?
Oscar just... This saves Oscar's race to some extent because Oscar only stands to gain from this. And Perez is... We're not going to fight Perez too much. I
Safety
think
car will be
it's
in
just
this
not... There's just no point in
For the
Piastri
restart,
fighting...
we suggest we
Norris
overtake
fighting
that half
Perez for
throttle.
position.
Copy.
Honestly, I think the only person we're going to fight is Ocon. Once Ocon gets close. Because I believe they're all on better tires than us. It's just how it is. Now, Norris is going to drop some positions. It's just a given. It's not something we can literally... We just know for a fact that Norris can't hold on. Okay, Piastri just needs to make some positions. He needs to get past Tsunoda, basically. If he can get the car past Tsunoda, we're fine. Leclerc has a small lockup. This is literally in Piastri's pit window. Ooh, although the hards will absolutely get him to the end. Piastri just
I'm
missed.
not quite sure what's happened there.
Leclerc and Russell are out. It's not a full-on safety car, but it is something.
And VSC deployed. Try and stay right on the delta.
Yep.
Virtual safety car is ending.
Yeah, virtual safety car is ended,
Perfect.
buddy. Okay. Okay, now mediums will now have to go to the end. Now we will put it on this and go maximum attack with both drivers. And maximum attack. Okay, Norris sets the fastest lap. Okay, these guys will now just be going all the way to the end. Okay, Norris is getting very close to fighting. Okay, Albon and Magnussen are on hards. They're not gonna be anywhere close to fighting for anything. Piastri is running in the points. Okay, a podium seems like it's in the cards. Okay, balanced. Finishing ahead of both Alpines will be absolutely great. This could be our first podium of the season if all goes right. Now, just deploy. And deploy. There's only 3 laps left to go. Pull a second on them all.
Perez has crossed the line first.
Lando gets P3. Let's go. That's a great start.
Let's keep it up. Cheers. Good job.
Piastri was just a little too slow to get to P6. But Piastri gets points as well. Lando gets a podium. All in all, a very good day for us. That's 19 points over Alpine. That's very important. That's very good to see. Oscar gets 4 points. Gets very close to where we need to be. And now we're starting to kind of go over to try and look into trying to fight the Mercedes. 19 points. We did lose out a little bit to the Alpines, but that's okay. We're okay with that for now. Crucially, though, we got 10 more points to keep in the hunt for at least P5 in pit stops championships. Very good. And for 4 million, doing a very decent job right now. And as I'm doing this, we need to keep sure that we kind of keep an eye on everything going on. Like let's just be honest here. We don't want an over-exaggeration. Okay, race simulated for 5 days. That's fine. We'll do a few more races. I feel like we are in a good spot. We've been recording for about 25 minutes. We're in a good position to maybe do 3 races. Let's see what we can do. We had a few red flags there. We might do our first sprint weekend and enjoy it. Let's be honest. Let's try to do this daily. I'm gonna do 2 more races. Or do I do 1 race? I think I'm gonna do 1 more race. We're not gonna push too much. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more races per episode. I could try and fit it in. I could do a little bit more editing, but that would just take a little longer. Or whatever you guys want. I don't really care. I just want to see how far we can get. Our goal is to be qualifying in the top 5 by Silverstone. That's the goal, okay? That's the first position point where we want to be at. Now, none of our upgrades are going to come in until Austria. So these all upgrades are going to come in Austria, which is important to keep in mind. Right, let's take a look. Yeah, so 25. They're all going to come in between Austria and Silverstone. So before Austria, we're going to have rear wing coming in. Right before Austria. So this one is not going to be done for Austria. But chassis, suspension, and rear wing will be done and manufactured, I hope, for at least 1 car by Silverstone. Crucially, that's where we want to be at. Now, we have lost a few things for manufacturing. A chassis. Let's manufacture a chassis, 10 days, that's fine. And front wing. That's also fine. And the rest are in a good spot. I think that's a very good position to be in. So how much do we need for facilities? Design center, we need 11 million. That will put us at, what is it, 13 million? Will leave us at 12 million. I think we'll start with this right now. 84 days. When would that be? 84 days. It's gonna come in before Monza. Our design center is gonna be done. So from Singapore, Monza onwards, we will be able to do a lot more. So for basically the second half of the season, that's when we will be able to get the largest amount of stuff done. Because that's, oh no, actually no, because the design center, oh, I just realized that. Because the design center doesn't increase our project capacity, it increases our ability to get better upgrades. Right. So I think that would mean that we are gonna be spending a lot more money on the rest. Ooh. Okay. Okay, how is our staff doing actually? Any major improvements? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Daruvla keeps his championship fight up, it seems. If you were interested. Yeah, looking like he's keeping his fight up. Let's get into the next... Wow. It's very quick. Let's get into seeing how and what we need to accomplish. There we go, chassis is done. Now, Canada. Oh, Canada. We're not gonna overdo it, obviously, again, with everything. Let's... you know what? We're gonna take a look at our car analysis. Let's take a look at how we compare to Red Bull. Our brake cooling leaves much to be desired. It seems. Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. And our DRS effectiveness as well. Ferrari does struggle in high speeds compared to us, but their brake cooling and engine cooling is absolutely off the charts. Mercedes also struggles against us, but we're kind of matching each other in terms of acceleration. Alpine, we are just better in terms of raw performance compared to Alpine, but our brake cooling suffers, our DRS effectiveness suffers, and our dirty air tolerance suffers. Williams is just an absolute rocket ship when it comes to high speed and top speed. Haas, okay, so we're very much all over the place. The only team we beat in every aspect, it doesn't exist. It literally doesn't exist. There are all these teams. We are lacking in at least one aspect. So that's sad to see, but it is what it is. Let's get into the Canadian Grand Prix practices, and you know what? Since we're doing,
Formula One has
we're getting
arrived
to a little
here in
longer
Quebec.
side. We will have realized that I think I want to skip things. We're gonna get wet qualifying maybe. Return these guys. Just put this back in. Feel like we will make it in this practice. In these practice sessions, I think we'll make it. Think we'll make it. And let's simulate FP1 like we always do. Okay, we've got 3 drivers getting penalties. I think this is the first practice session where Lando Norris has been beaten by his teammate. That's surprising, to say the least. Okay, we're gonna run that setup. Okay, that's gonna be a setup. Simulate FP2. It's a slight. And 16 and 20, that's not looking great. 73, 87, I think that we're okay with that. I think we're okay to run that. Yeah, we'll just do that. Just a small change. Full wets, that's the first time I've seen that happen in a practice session. All things considered. It did dry out near the end, 87, 91. That's good to see that. Very good confidence.
Qualifying is coming.
Let's get to qualifying. There's a pretty weather of moderate rain. Has been predicted. Let's not forget that the performance that they were showing for both cars was the fact that they were on gearboxes that were 9%. That does affect the car performance substantially too. So this is going to be our first representative run. You can assume that we are going to do 2 runs because that gets us make sure that we don't overdo it. So let's take a look. What can we do in qualifying in Q1?
Okay, Oscar. So the
rain
track will go green now.
literally any moment. Gonna rain literally any moment. And it's over.
Rain is expected.
Yeah, confirm.
Sainz is screwed. Sainz is out. Sainz is out. Okay, that's one Ferrari gone. Sainz got screwed there. Both wow, Williams just okay. This car, Williams. This track suits the Williams apparently very very well. Look at that. Sainz out in Q1. First time this season. The Ferrari's out in Q1. Insane stuff. And he's gonna go out because he hopes that he can improve, but I don't think he can improve on all that much. He's not enough to get out of Q1. Yeah. Definitely not enough. It is what it is.
Track should be green.
Okay, it's gonna rain again, so
Weather
somebody
update.
who
This
doesn't
rain
go...
has
Okay, everyone's
stopped.
out, okay.
Yeah, confirm.
Okay, he was improving, but not anymore. He doesn't have enough pace. He didn't have enough pace in hand to improve. Ocon is out. That's good showing. I think that's good to see that Ocon is out. Meanwhile, Leclerc is fastest. Yeah, Bottas trying to improve from last place. That's not gonna happen. Obviously, it's just there's just too much improvement that's being looked at. He's trying another run. Yeah, and that's it. Okay. There wasn't really much that Bottas could do. Now, let's not forget, we're gonna gain 3 positions. If we can get in front of Lance, we could probably get 3 positions here. It's full wet. We're gonna do 1 run. We're not gonna do 2 runs here.
Okay, so that's a green light.
You know what? We're not even gonna try it. Gonna literally do 2 runs on the soft near the end. As you can see, the water goes down. There we go. Lando now going out.
That is the checkered flag, so we are boxes lap.
It doesn't improve. Okay. Doesn't get anything out of it. But we do go ahead of both these good drivers, because they didn't have anything. Alex Albon. Can we talk about you, buddy? That's... Alex Albon, call him P6.
It's race day.
Possibly someone to keep an eye on. For at some point in the seasons. Lando starts P7. Oscar starts P17. You know what? We're gonna do soft hards for Oscar and soft hard for Lando. Because we have 3. We're gonna put them on old softs. We're gonna put them on old softs. Because I wanna put them on old softs because I wanna do this very special run. I'm gonna put them on max attack to start
70
out
laps of the Canadian.
the race.
The
And we'll
drivers are
see
ready
what they can
and
do.
raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Overtake available.
Let's go for some high risk overtakes. Why not?
Oscar, is everything okay?
All okay.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that. Another... a minor front wing, I think. front wing end plate. It's yeah, it's making him struggle, so we might as well. We're gonna go this way. Just gonna go onto.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
Yeah, confirm.
Okay. Let's put them on this. Gonna go maximum attack. We lost the front wing. That's okay. Sainz is an absolute monster, it seems. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's any red flag gonna happen anytime soon. I'm hoping for a red flag for Lando's sake. Honestly, because the race is basically destroyed anyway, because he got damage very early on, so might as well accept that that is the scenario that we have to run with. Okay, Norris needs to make wow, he made very quick work of he makes some very quick work of everybody else. He's in 10th place with 92% tires. Comes out in P17 with Oscar. That's where he started. So the positions he lost is that's where he's come out basically. This set of tires will get him to the end, so he's gonna finish on the mediums. Lando will finish on the hards. Not really any other option. Gasly is running in 4th, fighting for the podium places to a certain extent. So it's just not something they can really fight for. Let's be honest here. Oscar is P15. If we get some points, would be a miracle, but 20 laps to go, doesn't seem like it's in the cards, really. Yeah, 80% for Oscar now. We're gonna stick with Oscar, I think, for season 2 as well, because I'm not keen on getting rid of him. Considering he does probably have a 2-season contract. I've not even looked at the contracts actually for anyone right now. Just not being worried about the contracts. to say the least. Okay, Gasly and Hamilton are fighting quite a bit, which is kind of bringing them into the clutches of okay, Oscar is oh, wow, Oscar is like gaining on the Haas's fairly quickly.
Okay, that's the checkered
Oh, I
flag.
didn't even realize we're finishing up
Finished
already.
P15. Well done, Oscar.
Thanks for the effort.
And we got,
Not a quick race to sum up.
I mean, could have been a bit more eventful. Have had more eventful races here, but not great. Singular point that does hurt us in the long run, but I think we're okay with as it is. Oh wow, I didn't even realize we were ahead of with Lando of Hamilton as well. Oh wow, I didn't even realize we were ahead of the Mercedes. Both we got the fastest pit stops. Brings us 40 points. That puts us ahead of Aston Martin. Brings us to P2. Damn. Pit crew turned up. Jeez. Okay. That's substantial. Okay, underfloor. Replace that part. Wow. Oscar is on a lot of new parts. Our underfloor has gone down instantly, so we probably need to manufacture the underfloor. We're gonna manufacture 2 underfloors. In a rush, they'll come in for the next race, which is important. What else do we need? Front wing and rear wing and suspension. So let's work on the front wing. You know what? We'll do with this. And rear wing as well. Let's work on suspension. I think that is required for the next race. Would be nice. Suspension comes in 3 days. Okay, 8 days. All these are coming in. Everything is going to be in before the Austrian Grand Prix. That's perfect. Okay. Just manufacture the chassis. Okay, that's where we start gaining some positions. Okay. 60 million from the cost cap is remaining. I did a calculation last time when I was thinking about it. 22.5 million for per ERS component. That means we need so let's say we need 3 of each. That is 5, 7.5. That's 15 million. 15 million of this needs to go away. So out of 60 million, 50 million, that leaves us 35 million. Okay, that's what it leaves us, 35 million in terms of cost cap. Okay, 14 days. This would mean that our first chassis comes in before the Grand Prix. Suspension. Let's do side pod. That's gonna be everything. It is. Okay, that's gonna be something we need to improve on, and it's just a minor improvement overall. Let's pump in 2 people that come in before Budapest. Let's rush it. And research, let's go underfloor. It's gonna be 4%. July 6th. That's, what is that? That's a week later. Oh, we pay overtime. We're gonna go to have it done. Okay, car parts. And we're gonna design the new front wing. Gonna increase the medium speed and the low speed. And we're just gonna pump it. There we go. Okay, this is just gonna, yeah, okay, I just feel like $25, that's gonna come in, then we've got rear wing coming in tomorrow. Boom, manufacture. Okay, rear wing manufacturing. And if you rush it, it won't come in on time. I mean, we save 500k. screw it. We're gonna put the rear wing onto Lando's car. Just can't be asked. What's the matter? Okay, and now we will do a research for rear wing. There we go. There. And we're not gonna touch any of this. Only cooling, right? That's the thing we're focusing on. There we go. So then this will come in 3 days after, 4 days, 6 days after, the week after the front wing comes in. But once this is in, so in 18 days, side pod comes in, and then we'll do that. And with that, I'm gonna send you guys away because I just realized I'm not gonna do 3 races in a row, and we've got things to do for next episode, part, however you want to call it. We've got next things to do. Everything is what we're gonna take a look at for the next part. So if you like what I've done so far, what we've done so far, let me know in the comments. Apparently I also lost a lot of money. Damn. Let me know in the comments, and enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening, rest of your morning, wherever in the world you are. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Comment if you want to see longer videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and get out of here.